What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. TJ here, and in today's video, we're going to be going over the best plays over on PrizePicks for tonight's Thursday night 12-game NBA slate. Yes, guys, you heard me correctly. We have 12 games on tap for tonight. I feel like for the last week, we've had nothing but 2 and 3 and 4 game slates. So there's a ton to talk about, ton of games to go over. So let's go ahead, dive in. Before we jump into the actual PrizePicks plays, I am going to go over a few things like the results from last video, how we ended up doing on the slips. I owe a giveaway to 2 people, $25, who subscribed, liked, and commented on the most recent video. So we'll jump into those right now. And then after that, we will jump straight into finding the best plays over on PrizePicks for the NBA slate. So without further ado, let's do it. All right, guys. So the 5 flex slip that we built out on the most recent video ended up going 3 for 5. Vooch couldn't stay under his rebounds and assists. We had Lonzo under points. We had Donovan Mitchell over 3-pointers made. Jared Allen only 6 rebounds, unfortunately. And Naz Reid barely going over his rebounds and assist line of 8.5. He finished with 9. So a 0.4 times payout over there. So obviously not what we're looking for. And then if anybody's coming over from my YouTube shorts, I gave out Lonzo Ball under 11 rebounds plus assists. Jared Allen, again, was an absolute killer for us tonight. Over 23 points and rebounds, finished with 20. And then we double dipped on Naz Reid, rebounds and assists. He went over. So unfortunately, we went for a 6 times here in a 3-man power. We didn't end up making anything on that slip. So tough night for us in terms of props. We go 5 for 8, which in hindsight isn't bad. It's a 62.5% win rate on these individual props, but unfortunately, no real luck like we had last night when we hit a 6 times and a 2 times. And in terms of the giveaway that I owe, congratulations to Alex-UG5CD and then also Pack1010. You guys both won the $25 each. So if you could please leave a reply on this video, drop either your Venmo in the comments, or you can also hit me up on Twitter. There will be my Twitter in the description right here, so you guys can go ahead and send me a DM. And with that being said, if you guys are new to the channel, if this is your first time stumbling upon this channel, welcome. My name's TJ. I'm going to be giving you the best plays every single day in this type of format in this daily video, showing you the best plays on PrizePicks by utilizing a tool called the Plus EV Props Optimizer. Now, this is from a company called Upside, and the whole purpose of this tool is to compare sportsbook lines and odds directly back to various DFS apps like PrizePicks, Better, Dabble, all these different apps, sportsbooks, to help show you the best plays in real time. Now, the reason we do this on PrizePicks is because PrizePicks is a fixed payout platform, right? So it doesn't matter if we take more or less on player projections on PrizePicks, our payout always remains the same. The only thing that actually dictates our payout are the amount of player props that we're adding into our slips. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. We're going to go ahead and get PrizePicks up. We're going to try to build out a 5 or 6 flex slip because those are mathematically the best slip types that you can play on PrizePicks. And we're going to go from there. We're going to see what we have for value, and we'll talk about the games. PrizePicks board is pulled up. We got the optimizer ready to go. Let's talk about the slate that we have. Again, 12 games tonight, which is absolutely insane. I haven't seen a 12-game slate in, I feel like, 2 weeks. We got the Hawks and the Hornets. Hawks on the road, 5.5-point favorites, a 237.5 over under. We got the Knicks coming off their Cup championship over the Spurs, traveling to Indiana to play the Pacers. Knicks on the road, 3.5-point favorites. That could be a huge letdown game. Maybe a little sprinkle on the Pacers money line. 224.5 over under there. We got the Heat and the Brooklyn Nets. Miami on the road, 6.5-point favorites, 227.5 over under. We got the Clippers and the Thunder. OKC 24-2 after losing to the Spurs in the semifinals of the NBA Cup Championship. 12-0 at home. Maybe the greatest regular season team of all time. Who knows? We'll see. Chasing the Warriors. What were they? 73-9. OKC 17.5-point favorites at home. I mean, that's just what they are every single game, I feel like. A 220.5 over under. We got the Wizards and the Spurs. Spurs 14.5-point favorites at home. 241.5 over under there. We have the Raptors and the Bucks. Raptors on the road, 5.5-point favorites. A 219.5 over under. So a really low over under between those two teams. We got the Pelicans hosting the Rockets. Rockets on the road, 9.5-point favorites with a 233.5 over under. We got the Mavs hosting the Pistons. Detroit are 5.5-point home road favorites, 230.5 over under. We got the Nuggets hosting the Magic. Denver -7.5, 236.5 over under. We got the Suns and the Warriors. Golden State on the road, 2.5-point favorites, 230.5 over under. We got the Jazz hosting the Lakers. Lakers on the road, 7.5-point favorites, 243.5 over under. And then last but not least, we have the Trailblazers hosting the Sad Kings. Trailblazers 8.5-point home favorites, 238.5 over under. there are a lot of road favorites. We got Hawks road favorite, Knicks, Miami, Raptors, Rockets, Pistons, Golden State, Lakers. So a ton of road favorites. Home team not getting any love. So a lot of good matchups, a lot of high over-unders. But guess what, guys? When it comes to picking player props on PrizePicks, and you're thinking about these over-unders and these game scripts and the spreads that you're seeing when one team is so much more favored than the other, right? You got to think about that when it comes to your player props. All of the sportsbooks lines, or excuse me, all the sportsbooks models and what they use to come up to set their lines and their odds, everything that you could possibly think of is baked into these sportsbook odds. So you don't have to think about OKC absolutely dominating the Clippers and they're being up 40 after 3 and SGA and Jalen Williams and Chet not playing in the fourth quarter. Everything you can possibly think of, injury news, lineup news, who they're playing, spreads, over-unders, it's all baked in to the sportsbook odds. I'm going to go ahead and give the props, plus EV props optimizer a quick refresh. We can see Bub Carrington pulling up here. So one filter I really like to throw on for starters when I'm utilizing this tool. FanDuel is a required sportsbook. Why? FanDuel is the sharpest when it comes to setting their lines and odds for NBA, specifically in the player prop market. So I really like to look at FanDuel and DraftKings when I am finding my player props to play on PrizePicks. Let's go ahead and put minimum sportsbook requirements to 2. So that means the more book support, the better. If we take 2 off, we can see that the player prop that we just had up here, Bub Carrington, over 8.5 rebounds plus assists, we're only comparing directly to FanDuel. We want as much book support as we possibly can, specifically FanDuel and DraftKings. So I'm going to change that again back to 2 sportsbooks. Victor Wembanyama up top, under 11 rebounds. We have FanDuel set a half lower at 10.5. DraftKings actually set half higher at 11.5, juiced on the under. We're going to skip over this. We're going to start with Lou Dort over 1.5 3-pointers made. He's minus 130 on FanDuel, minus 131 on DraftKings. We're looking for anything north of minus 119 odds when building out our 5 flex slips. So we're going to throw in Lou Dort over 1.5 3-pointers made. Devin Vassell under 2.5 assists. Again, minus 130 on FanDuel, heavily juiced on DraftKings. The under 2.5 is at minus 140. So that's a really good play to go ahead and add. So we'll take Devin Vassell, and we will take his under 2.5 assists. Moving on down the line. SGA, under assists. Kevin Porter, under 12 rebounds plus assists. Now, one thing I also really like to do, or try to find instances where the entire market is off from the PrizePicks projection. So Jeremiah Fears is currently set with his over-under PRA at 19. Okay, PrizePicks has it even at 19. All of these sports books, FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, Hard Rock, we have DFS apps like Underdog, Sleeper, Fliff, Social Sportsbook, Fanatics, Better. They're all set, not Fanatics, Dabble, Pick 6. They're all set at 18.5. PrizePicks is by themselves set at 19. So we want to take Jeremiah Fears over PrizePicks under 19 PRA. We can just see that the Devin Vassell play that we just mentioned, heavily juiced on the under on DraftKings at minus 140, just got removed from the PrizePicks board. And that was because PrizePicks was giving up too much of an edge. You guys just saw that in real time. They just removed Vassell on us, so we no longer can build with Vassell. And that's a perfect example of why I say turn on that notification bell so that when I do post this type of content and these type of daily videos, you guys can get these plays locked in immediately and you don't miss out on the value. So if I were to hit the refresh button, Vassell would be removed from the top of the optimizer. But let's go ahead and keep building. And down the line, we just added in Jeremiah Fears. Is there anybody else here, or Jeremiah Fears down here? Is there anything else here where all of these sports books are off compared to PrizePicks? And we have another good one here, Kyle Kuzma over points. He's 15.5 on FanDuel, DraftKings, Fanatics, Better, and Dabble. Dabble actually has him at 15. We're getting him at 14.5 over on PrizePicks. So we want to add in Kyle Kuzma over 14.5 points. That's not terrifying. Chris Dunn, under 11.5 points plus assists. Not bad. To keep moving. Asor Thompson, over 7.5 rebounds plus assists. Minus 132 on FanDuel, minus 133 on DraftKings. We're going to go ahead and add that in. It's a really good play there, especially devigging directly to FanDuel and DraftKings. So Asor Thompson, over 7.5 rebounds plus assists. And we need one more here. I'd like to find another good discrepancy. And if not, that's okay. We'll go ahead and pull from the top. This Paolo Banchero play looks really good. Over points plus assists. Only minus 128 on FanDuel, but he's one higher on DraftKings, Caesars, Hard Rock, He's one higher on better and one higher on pick six. So that's actually going to be at, ooh, this Dylan Harper play looks really good too. You know what? We're going to add both. We're going to take Paolo Banchero over points plus assists of 26.5. And we're going to add in Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper was an over points plus assist at 16.5. Again, 17.5, so one higher on FanDuel, DraftKings, Hard Rock, heavily juiced on Sleeper, one higher on Better, one higher on Pick 6. So Harper over 17.5 points plus assists. And guys, just like that, we just built out a slip over on PrizePicks. Actually, you know what? They already bumped Harper. 16.5. Yeah, they bumped Harper already. Okay, that's okay. We got 5 plays. And we're going to keep it that. We're going to keep it with our 5 plays. We're going to try to 10 times our money. These were the best plays that I could find on the board right now. We have Lou Dort over 1.5 3-pointers made. Jeremiah Fears under 19 PRA. Kyle Kuzma over 14.5 points. Asor Thompson over 7.5 rebounds plus assists. And Paolo Banchero over 26.5 points plus assists. I'm going to give the board a quick refresh. Yeah, see that Dylan Harper play pulled pretty high to the top. Batum under 3.5 rebounds, not the best. We have Lou Dort. We missed out on Dylan Harper. That stinks because that was a really good play. And that's where we're at, guys. The only other play I would think about adding in would be Wemby under rebounds and assists. 14 on PrizePicks. He's 13.5 everywhere, 12.5 on Hard Rock and UD. And he's a half higher on DraftKings. You know what? We're going to add this. We're going to make this a 6 flex. We got one more play. Wemby under 14 rebounds and assists. Okay, so that's going to do it, guys. We have a 6 flex slip over on PrizePicks. It's Lou Dort over 3s, Jeremiah Fears under 19 PRA, Kuzma over 14.5 points, Asor Thompson over 7.5 rebounds plus assists, Banchero over 26.5 points plus assists, and then Wemby under 14 rebounds and assists. That is going to do it for the daily pick video. If you guys want to sign up with Upside, you can use code TJ right now and get 25% off your first month. We also have a game lines optimizer. We have a low hold tool. We have an arbitrage tool. We have an esports discrepancy tool. So we have a lot of different ways for you to be profitable in the long run. The plus EV props optimizer and playing on fixed payouts like PrizePicks is just one of the many. So that is the 6 flex. Go ahead and lock that in. Good luck if you guys tail. If you liked this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. I love you guys. Let's go 6 for 6, 25 times our money. I'll see you on the next one. Sorry for pointing.